This series is over. The Warriors are cooked. The Timberwolves are going to the Western Conference Finals for the second consecutive year, and I think we have all underrated the duo of Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, because honestly, Julius Randle looks like he fits a whole lot better than Karl Anthony Towns did on this Timberwolves team. Letting Julius Randle be an ISO scorer in the post alongside of everything that Anthony Edwards can bring you, and that's a formidable 1-2 punch. They have legit 8 starters on this team that can come in and contribute on a nightly basis. But yeah, let's take a look at how they dominated the Warriors last night. And like I said earlier, that starts with Julius Randle, who had himself a night last night, finishing with 31 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block in a monster game for Dub. And he has been so huge for this Timberwolves team all postseason long. He's shooting 42% from 3 since his return from injury, which is just another added bonus to his game. You can no longer go under screens on him like the Warriors try to do right here. Trayce Jackson-Davis picks him up and then just completely goes under the screen all the way down to the free throw line essentially, and then leaves Podziemski out to dry, and Julius Randle splashes a 3 in his face. And if he's doing stuff like this, face up, jab step threes, it's going to be tough to contain him. He was 4 for 8 from beyond the arc last night, and when he's got that 3-point jumper going, he is nearly unstoppable. And then you see stuff like that. Like, what is this? What? There is no explanation for that. That's stupid good. And he gets to go, although probably a little bit lucky. Now we talk about his play off of Anthony Edwards. All the attention that Ant attracts. I mean, he's got 3 guys running at him for, they got 3 guys compared to 2 the Warriors have, and it ends up in a wide open 3 for Julius Randle. And then downhill, playing bully ball, finding Uncle Mike in the corner, and he gets it to go. He's averaging 8 assists per game this series, which is unheard of for Julius Randle. This is the same Julius Randle that averaged like 4 in the regular season. He's averaging 8 assists as well as almost 25 points and 6 rebounds in this series, and him in the pick and roll has been lethal for the Timberwolves, right? Getting him going downhill in open space where Kevon Looney has to hedge, and then now he's a step ahead of him already, and the only guy left is Jimmy Butler, who's not going to be at the rim because, well, 1, he's 3 inches shorter, and 2, he's playing injured, and 3, he's 50 pounds lighter. Julius is a big dude coming downhill, and when you get him in this middle pick and roll, there's nobody left to help the center, which in this case is Kevon Looney. And then he plays little bully ball, which he loves to do, even against Draymond Green, who's a big dude. Julius is even bigger, 6'9", 250 pounds, coming downhill like a train off the tracks. He's tough to stop, especially when he gets that shoulder into you. There really is no stopping him. And then you got Anthony Edwards. Like, these two combining for 62 points last night. He's made 323s this season, which is ridiculous for a guy that's known as a slasher, a guy that's known as getting downhill, getting to spots, hitting pull-up middies like this. That is so tough to stop because he's going downhill and stops on a dime. Finished with 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals in 33 minutes last night. And now you have to respect his 3-point game so much that he can be by you in a flash. He's averaging 28 points per game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals in this series. And I mean, that is tough, right? You think he's going to try to get to the rim, and then he hits a step back on you. 46% from the field, 41% from 3 in this series on about 8.5 attempts per game. And then he's hitting stuff like this at the end of the half. On pull-up threes this year, he shot 37% on 7.6 attempts, making about 3 per game, which was second to only Steph Curry. And he's seeing defense like this, where he's got 2 guys closing out in his face, and he still drains it over the top of both of them. Getting downhill in transition, that's a wicked quick in and out. And then watch the footwork, right? Getting into his Euro steps and other counter moves, which we'll talk about in a second. But just like Julius Randle, you can't go under a screen on Ant. When you're Jonathan Kuminga right here, you got to be up. You got to be ankle to ankle with Jimmy Butler coming off this screen, or else you're going to get cooked. And then driving in off the dribble, we talked about it. He's such a great shooter off the dribble. It's incredible. And then early offense, early step back threes in transition. That's not the best thing in the world, but hey, he gets it done. We talked about the Euro steps, the jab steps in the paint, the misdirections. He has such great footwork when it comes to finishing around the rim, and he's really tough to stop like that. When he gets you on his hip, it's pretty much unstoppable, right? Especially when he can finish like that. He's got Rudy rolling. It doesn't even matter. He's just going to get downhill, sweep through, and then finish over 3 people, which is a ridiculous finished right there. Anthony Edwards is so dang good. Nickeil Alexander-Walker played pretty well last night. He finished with 13 points, had 2 boards, 2 assists, a block, and a steal. He's had a pretty solid series, but it's been an up and down series for Nickeil Alexander-Walker, whereas, he had 21 game, and then he has 0, and then he has 13 this game. He's averaging 8.3 points a game on the series, 2.3 rebounds, 1.5 assists in 19 minutes per game. So I'd say, all in all, a very productive series, especially when you take into account the fact that he's shooting 50% from beyond the arc. Granted, it's only 3 attempts per game, but still 50% from beyond the arc. Really good. Nice find here from DiVincenzo to get the layup down low, and then using him as a ball handler, right? They're using him as the point guard with that second unit, and he finds Julius cutting downhill for an easy layup. Then you got Jade McDaniels, who locked up Jimmy Butler last night. For about 7 minutes and 59 seconds, he only allowed him to score 7 points and dish out 2 assists on 2 of 3 shooting from the field. Excellent defensive performance from Jade McDaniels, which is what we're used to seeing out of him. And then also getting downhill, impacting the game on the offensive side of the ball. Finished with 10 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block last night. And, stuff like this. Getting downhill, finishing with the dunk. That's bad defense from the Warriors, but it's McDaniels pushing the advantage and taking advantage of them in transition. You see his series averages right here, 3.1 stocks per game. You love to see that from your lead defender on the perimeter. Then you got Nas Reed, 11 points a game, 3.3 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game this series. There's going to be a Nas Reed game soon. I feel very confident that at some point soon, Nas Reed is going to have his signature game of this playoffs. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's going to wait till the Western Conference Finals, or heck, maybe even the NBA Finals if they make it. But there's going to be a Nas Reed game very soon. Rudy Gobert has had a pretty good impact on this series when the Warriors are in this zone right here, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker penetrates driving left. Buddy has to fly out. Jimmy doesn't dig down enough, and then the opposite corner guy, I think that's Kuminga, is just standing out there with Anthony Edwards, and it leads to a Rudy Gobert dunk. And then nice movement here in transition, finding the open gaps, nice little V cut, and even on defense, right? That's what Rudy Gobert's known for. He's got 4 Defensive Player of the Years. Get it out of here, Draymond Green. Probably added another level to the beef. Uncle Mike was hooping last night as well. He made some shots. He's just having a great veteran presence, veteran impact on this series for the Timberwolves. Dante DiVincenzo finally hit a couple shots last night. It's been a rough series for him, averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists in 24 minutes per game, and the shooting splits have been ugly. It's getting back to the beginning of the season where he couldn't throw the ball in the ocean, shooting 30% from the field and 28% from 3. But I did want to give a shout out to Jonathan Kuminga, and I'm not exactly sure why he's not playing more. Maybe this is a Jayson Tatum at the Olympics situation, and speaking of Jayson Tatum, prayers up, but he had 23 points, a rebound, and a steal last night in just 29 minutes, and for the series, he is their second leading scorer, averaging 20 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 1 assist in 26 minutes. If you're a team like, for example, my Hornets, you need to be going after this dude in free agency this summer, because for whatever reason, Steve Kerr doesn't like him. He's shooting 57% from the field and 50% from 3 in a playoff series after not playing for the last 2 months. If you're a team like my Hornets, we got to go after this dude in free agency. If we could bring him in, heck, he'd be a great piece. But that's enough about the Hornets. Nobody wants to talk about them. The Timberwolves are going back to the Western Conference Finals, and they have a great chance to make it to the NBA Finals this year. This is a really, really, really good team. They're scary good. With that being said, though, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. We're looking for 300 likes on today's video. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching.